Yo, what is good, Vibers? We are out here, 2025, back in the caster booth. Brand new day, brand new week, brand new year, and brand new version of SUPERVIVE hitting on Wednesday. Been out for about 2 days. We saw it right there. Oh, sorry, my phone. We saw it right there. You can now emote in the pregame lobby, and everyone can do it. So, clown emotes going turbo. We are back out here with a lot of our sort of like core teams that have been around for a little bit. Some of these are like newly formed teams with some newer players, but a lot of them are some of our old staple rosters that have been playing together for quite some time or have brought in a new player or two. So looking at Fabled here early on the drop, Bush I think being a sub for today. As we pop up on the map here, we see a two-way gold split between Mage Bog and Shards. It looks like a lot of action coming into Mage Bog. Here we are looking at, I think this is first players eliminated FPS, something like that. I'll double check after this game. I forget this team, but if we go through the team names, we got first players eliminated. We got Go Hogs here riding the train. We got Madhouse up here as dark green, starting off with a Shards of Fate drop. We got BDE, which is what is it? Born Different entirely. Over here with the stack start. This is the permanent anywhere but here that has now been added to stacks. And if we look over to the right, what the hell is this? There's a whole new island over here. That's wild. So they added this huge patch of terrain to the right of Academy here, and looking pretty cool. We got a forge. We got this dude going on. Some like ancient like Titan remnants and a broken beacon over here, but sort of going to be a lot more room to work in Academy, and it's going to bring Academy into the playable space more often, which is going to be really interesting, honestly. And they did a similar thing down here. It's actually really cool getting to look through it or look at it through a spectator view. They sort of reworked Scavenger Bay, so we still recognize this vault that's always been here. It's in more of like an airship looking thing, but this is now like 3 discrete zones down here. As we see Hogs maybe making their way down, trying to get some intel on other squads here. So yeah, look at this. There's like this red zone going on. Then there's kind of the recognizable part of Scavenger Bay right here. But this is all different. Like this split is different. So we're getting into some action here. I forgot to finish the team intros. I will continue with that. We saw our first kill coming in for Moonlit Battlegrounds. A very like split game, split drop. Not nearly as much violence as we normally see in early game. And I wonder if that in a big part is due to huge entry there by the last door. Almost just insta-deleting member of Go Hogs, Jang Lionel Mithy there on the myth is going to be able to peel out with enough time. I think they are just going to take down Wadle there. So the Shiv does get taken out, but the rest of Hogs still in play. And what I was going to say is that I think, perhaps now that teams have had weeks playing with Resurgence, like perhaps players are getting more comfortable, recognizing that those early kills aren't as important because it's going to be a lot harder to get a squad wipe. So we see a lot of these, teams like just playing kind of split objectives at the beginning here, not really worried too much about those early fights because they know they're not going to mean much, and it's almost maybe a little bit of a waste of time at this elo because it is so hard to get that squad wipe with the Resurgence buff happening, right? So here we're taking a look at Riftwalkers taking their time on this final vault. Plenty of time in this early storm to make it into the final circle. They're just going to keep farming their way in. We got main characters as green here. Looks like they're kind of like middle of the map, working their way toward Heart in Ion Acres. We got Fabled, one of our staple teams that's been around for a bit. I got a weird little UI bug. Someone fell through the map. Who is this? DJ is deep down here, just flying into the abyss, going to reunite with the Kaiju gods on Kingpin. 07, Mr. DJ. But that brings us to Moonlit Battlegrounds, another one of our longtime teams who's seen quite a bit of mix-up. This is actually such a cool team here. DJ being the only one I've really seen on this team before, but we now have Pine on Zeph, which is crazy. Pine's always only played Strike from what I've seen. So all kinds of new stuff happening in the new year. We got Venomous back on the Shiv, his comfort pick, one of the best Shiv players in the game. While this is going down, I'm missing a bunch of action. try to catch it over here. We saw FPS getting some kills. It looks like they're chasing the last two members of Rift. Remember, we saw Rift slow working that vault. They were going to be late coming out of the storm. So I think they just had maybe some unlucky positioning, ran into FPS on the way out. FPS looking super dominant with the 4 gold stack here, level 5. So a slight level disadvantage. Huge entry there by Ton on the Bishop. Nice punch, like very disruptive. FPS is going to basically just have to react and peel. But look, we have Cowboy Bebo, our first potentially named Bebo main that I've seen out here in the breach, making it happen. Pensato rocking the Bebo too. We see slingshots and bombs going back and forth. That is like super exciting to see. So I'm like really curious how Bebo's feeling to these higher level players. We see Build Different entirely taking big chunks out of FPS here. FPS gonna have to maybe peel back, like big risk of losing golds here, and BDE wants this fight. They're gonna keep aggressing until FPS peels all the way out and finds a better position, like something like this, something to edge guard, because they do have slight level advantage, but huge armor advantage to FPS, so it would end up being a pretty even fight. We come back over here to Fable on the left. It looks like they're pushing up onto Moonlit Battlegrounds, the team we just peeled away from. And where I was going with that is DJ Montague is the kind of the only player that I recognize from this team. I recognize these other players, but they're new to this team. So it's really cool seeing Pine Venomous and Unseen Jaguar all on the same team here, and kind of coming together with Moonlit Battlegrounds, who I actually know the coach and, you know, kind of like the like quote like owner of the team. I did a little tournament with him, and he's really cool. So I think that team's gonna have like a really bright future, and I'm excited to see what Moonlit Battlegrounds end up doing, especially if they keep a roster similar to this, right? So I'm hoping these guys end up, you know, having some good team synergy and figuring it out. We got our first Bebo kill that I've seen from Pensato. Big fight here between FPS and Built Different entirely. It looks like we're coming back to this fight we see. It looks like FPS won this encounter. That armor advantage paying big. BDE gets warped into the heart there, and so that is going to be our first squad elimination on Built Different entirely, who was looking like they had the advantage in that fight not just 30 seconds ago when we looked away. And so BDE is going to get taken out there as our first squad, but certainly not the worst squad in the match, or, you know, by any means, because they were winning that fight. Just a little bit of maybe an over push of a mistake there, and they are going to get punished for it and be fully eliminated. As we look over here to Nutty, our last team, or no, with 2 teams that we haven't honed in on yet. We got TLD, the last door, and they are going to run right into Krillo on Nutty here, having a train battle. Krillo in the 1v4, battling for his life. I think only one teammate left on Nutty, so just, I'm a ghost, really trying to be here. Only level 4, no armor, looking for Cheeky Spike, is just going to let him go by. Yeah, he's in a rough spot here, Ghost is, so hopefully he can find something. It looks like he is going to go just push for that heart res or train res. So looking to sneak one in the storm. Circle kind of closing in here, still 8 squads left, so I missed a squad elimination on someone, but FPS still in a dominant position. They got full armor back, and they're looking to engage on Hogs here. Ponyboy on the brawl, looking to go backline. Dolphy looking to trade herself. Dolphy low, though, trying to peel out. It looks like Hogs know they have advantage. Jang, Lionel Mythy just pumping on that myth. Wadle looking on the flank here for the Shiv. Can he find the grapple play? Going for Shotmark. He gets it. So Weedle, one knock. Advantage here. Hogs, they're going to look for the push. They want these gold armors. They need this advantage going into all these other teams. And so they're going to look to take as many of these as they can. They got 1. Here's going to be 2. Pensato trying to not give them 3. Does some crazy Bebo grapple action deep in the abyss. Oh, nice slingshot there. I think he got the bomb and got the knockback. So there's the 1% RNG coming through for Pensato on the peel, the super Zeep. You love to see it. Hog's still in the action. So TLD kind of caught the bottom of that fight as they were pushing FPS out, and TLD is going to look to try to capitalize on those armors as well. Big levels here, 3 8s and a 7. So this is like one of our, this is literally probably the best team in North America and has kind of held that title for quite a while now. We have some of the best players in the game on this team. They've been playing together for quite a while. Lemur, Phenom, Paz, Abador, these guys are all monsters in their own right and coming together They have really good team synergy, and they work well together, and have really kind of, solidified themselves a bit as the #1 team in North America, having won, multiple tournaments, multiple scrim sessions, multiple opportunities to kind of prove that they are at the top. But stuff's continuing to shift, so they are out here scrimming, looking to hold that position as one of the best teams, especially as more players, more people, more teams coming into the scene, getting more play time, finally having some time to sort of catch up a little bit to some of these play testers that have maybe been around for much longer. As we watch Ponyboy trying to keep this gold best he can. He does have Icarus Glide as well, and we have a little color change on the exotics, which is kind of cool. So got this like gold going on. It looks like he is going to lose both of those, so FPS going to be the winner of that exchange, and TLD still kind of hugging on the left here. And FPS has been in a weird spot, kind of right. I don't know why this is bugged, guys. It won't let me mouse off Ponyboy here. There we go. So main characters versus FPS here. Huge damage coming out from FPS. Stacks on improving. He's having to like wait out. Knows he doesn't want to get surged by the Jewel. Dylan, huge Zephyl there, kind of turns everything around. Main characters now on the push. Madly up top is going to get taken out. Runs right into another team. And we see Nutty here on the left. Ghost still level 4. Hasn't been able to get a single bit of XP since we saw him last. But he did bring his team back, I think probably off of that train res, and he got his buddy Krillo with a crown and gold armor. So hope remains there for Nutty, even though it's going to be a rough battle kind of catching up to these levels. We see Phenom on 9, Fabled at 7, Rift at 7, main characters at 10, bro, rocking that XP soul. So XP and armor soul on the map. We see XP in the hands of main characters now, and they've sort of fully utilized that value. Well, I guess still Dylan looking to level up to 10, but most of their players are 10 at this point, and so they're going to be looking to use that level advantage right here as they kind of get a double fight here. They're getting pushed by 2 teams at the same time. TLD looking to take huge advantage of the flank there on main characters as they were fighting a completely different team. Aiden is going to get a little split there. I think he was maybe looking to bait. He's going to try to go all the way around on the Storm, is going to be able to do it with the glider gas, so catches up to his team. They're going to be right south of Nutty, who is posting up. Look at this level recovery for Nutty, though. That's the catch-up. All the levels back in for Nutty. They now have a chance. They were able to get at least 1 or 2 kills or knocks or creeps there, and so they're right back in it. And we look at Madhouse, who we haven't seen much yet this game. They are looking good. 4 golds. If we look at these guys, look at these items. 4 golds. Good powers, Replicator, Abyss Specialist. Abyss Specialist got nerfed, so not quite as crazy, but still a strong power, I'm sure. It's just got that 30-second internal cooldown now. As we see Afro trying to make a hero play for Fabled. Last player remaining on the Jewel. Nutty just going off on the left here. Huge comeback from them so far in this game. They take out 1 from TLD. Lemur looking to push the issue. Paz does have the crown. Huge damage. Can Paz get a knock here and bring the teammate back? Someone's going to get grounded in the lava there, so Lemur takes a huge amount of damage kind of just being stuck, but they are able to turn that around. And Madhouse also threatening from the north, I think threw that storm grenade out, trying to zone Nutty out here. And TLD, okay, they're back in it now. So they do get that timer to go through, back up to 9. We got double grapple on Abador, but they are now getting pushed from 2 sides. They got main characters on the south. They know, main characters know they're pushing them right into Nutty. They want this fight. There's nowhere to go. This storm grenade's right here. Lemur and who is this? Paz, like, no, there's other teams up here, so they don't want to, like, push too far to the right here. This is like a new Zeph skin. I was like, who is this character that Paz is? Or he's got, like, the Lux. I didn't even, like, recognize who that was. He's got, like, the Lux Zeph thing going on. All right, so main character is still with the level advantage here with XP Soul. And I think, yeah, TLD is the ones who have Armor Soul, so they've been using that to slow repair their blue over the course of this. They're in a rough spot, though. Just Lemur and Paz left. I've seen these duos work wonders here. They're trying to do it again. Lemur has the crown, needs to get a killing blow to come through, just doing everything he can to survive on the brawl. It's not going to be enough as he is sort of forced into 2 crossing void zones there. Dreammaker almost catches the huge downtown hook, but at the same time, all that was happening, Nutty in a rough spot. Ghost the last one left again in the Oath 1v1 versus Aiden at the top, trying to survive. Just anything he can will get taken out. So that's 2 squads left. That's our 3rd squad out this game, and it comes down just to main characters and Madhouse going at it. Main characters looking very strong here, but Aiden's down on the top, so now numbers advantage to Madhouse, even though level disadvantage. Ham sees it, looking to push in, but over pushes, improving huge damage on that gunner on the Hudson. Gets yanked in and deleted by Dreammaker and Kogai, though. Sataturo doing so much damage on that Ghost, putting out huge chunks. Zekin, hero play with the most wanted. Can he get the knock on Ham? So close to getting it there. Gets a minute off. Still 50 seconds left for Zekin on that crown, and not going to be able to pull it off. So monster game there by Madhouse. They end up bringing it out at the very end. We hadn't really like seen them through most of the game until like towards that final circle, and they play it very well, patiently. And we saw, you know, them kind of reverse engage. Improving got that knock, but then Dreammaker with the hook, and they return it on the enemy Hudson, and then played that 3-way fight very well. Madhouse ends up coming out with the dub for game 1. That was our, I think they're setting Storm Shift. So that was Soulbound Powers Storm Shift right there. And these are going to be basically changing every game. So we can see, oh yeah, bombing runs is coming next. So we're gonna have a bombing run game here, and I think they're basically like cycling through some of like the main storm shifts that we see. So, you know, just for better like kind of practice. And they're starting to get to be, you know, a fair bit of storm shifts now. If you kind of like total them all up, like there's, I don't think I can look at them in these options because I don't have control, but there's like there's starting to be like quite a bit. And we just had 2 get added. So we have berry season now. That's going to make more berries spawn across the map. It's also going to make berries heal for more and give you more mana. And so berry season, new storm shift that hit on Wednesday with the patch. And the other one is I forget what it's called, but it basically puts portals, temporary portals, on the edge of play, like around where the circle's closing, and those will take you to random locations across the play space. So it's kind of like RNG portals from my understanding. I haven't actually played with that one yet, but you're basically going to get like portaled around. Yeah, let me check. I'm going to just double check to see if I can, I want to see if I can remember FPS's name. I'm pretty sure it's first player is eliminated, but I'm just gonna like double check real quick.
The hunt sets us free. You are the drop leader.
Dude, I'm so bad at finding stuff. First eliminated. Right? Oh no, I'm just gonna call him FPS because first eliminated is a different team. Sorry. See if I can find it on the left here. FPS. Yeah, I just see FPS. We're just gonna go with FPS. They're first person shooter. I'll find out later. Sorry, guys. I think we got the rest of them right, though. So we can go, let's like do some team intros here because we kind of like got thrown right into game 1. So coming into game 2, we got Go Hogs, we got FPS, we got Madhouse, we got Built Different Entirely, Rift Walkers, main characters, Fabled, Moonlit Battlegrounds, The Last Door, and Nutty coming out here to duke it out in the breach. Game 2, Friday night scrims. Let's get it, baby. So winners of last game, Madhouse feeling good coming into this one with some confidence. And we have some interesting things happening on the map as well. These little portals are new additions with Bebo's Interdimensional Tour. So there's some interesting things, new things happening on the map. Little subtle things like those portals and stuff that might be hard to recognize if you haven't played yet this patch. We see a very tight drop from Fabled and TLD. They are going to end up just splitting for those levels, though. It was looking like they might want to early fight, but they're not going to end up doing that. Just like last game, you know, very different to the scrims we were seeing just 2 weeks ago, before kind of the winter break. We don't see much level 1 action, and I do, you know, kind of attribute that probably to these players getting much more used to playing with Resurgence. And we have 2 level 1 teams duking it out over this exotic Abyssal here. I didn't know this is like a day 1 boss. I don't know if I recognize this. This must be new. And it's rocking Power Shuffler. These guys are... Oh, they just got level 5? What in the world? That thing is 5 levels and a Power Shuffler? Okay, so that's why they were fighting over it. It looks like FPS was going for the snipe with their Jewel. Doesn't end up getting it. Dolphy going to be in a rough spot, but Shabmarg is going to be able to get out. Rifts his way out. Going to scoop a couple levels here as the Resurgence comes back into play. But very well played there by Hogs. They lock in that boss kill, get a huge, you know, kind of power advantage from those levels, and then make the push. They're going to end up with Power Shuffler as well. Little change in the patch notes. Power Shuffler can no longer shuffle into Replicator. So there was like a lot of players, especially at higher elos, like if you got Power Shuffler, you were literally shuffling it until you got Replicator. Like that was the, you know, sort of intention. And then you use Replicator to replicate all your exotics and blow it up and get like a huge power spike. And so they basically removed the ability for Power Shuffler to shuffle your other power into Replicator because of how strong that is, how much value you kind of lock in there. So FPS, like Shabmarg comes down to Gridlock, but they're going to run right into Moonlit Battleground. So even though he got some team back from a res, Moonlit's just going to kind of punish them because they were sort of split at a level disadvantage. And so they're going to continue to be split. We see Shabmarg up to the right, still only level 3, Dolphy level 2 here, down on the Brawl. Both of them just playing those Resurgence timers. We got Shabmarg hanging out on our new island over here. Love to see it. But not a ton of action going on other places on the map. We see main characters posturing a bit down here against Build Different entirely. But it looks like they're not going to look for it. They're just going to peel north. Same thing kind of happening over here. Rift and Madhouse was kind of looking at it, but Rift is just going to peel north now. Kind of get what they can on the way out as the circle moving in. Look, everyone's kind of, look at the map, kind of rotate toward this rewinder, right? We see everyone kind of sees, so night 1, you got the 2 bosses coming in. One's going to have a legendary, one's going to have an exotic. One's going to have like a legendary equipment, one's going to have like a legendary power, which is an exotic. So we see the exotic right here. And I think that was maybe a bug where that one was in early. I'm not sure why that very first boss was there. What? Neff going to get taken out. I think he portaled into the bombing run. So, R.I.P. Neff. Unlucky there, Bits. Is Rift going to be able to get there? They're not. So they still have Resurgence timer. We got just a little bit of time left on that. 18 seconds. Remember, at the very end of a Resurgence, anyone that's down gets instantly brought back. So in 10 seconds at the end of this timer, their teammate will be back regardless of even if anyone gets knocked out, but not all of them. Huge push here by Nutty. They get 1, looking for 2 and 3 before the timer comes through. Scar barely able to get out as Neff does come back in. Nutty's going to basically recognize that. They say, let's turn, just lock down this other kill, get this XP. We know that Resurgence is ending, so the next fight we get against these guys is going to be ours. They're going to take the XP and loot from those couple picks and be satisfied with that for now. Coming down south, we see main characters facing off in this choke against Built Different entirely. Some new Hudson barbed wire down. They basically completely reworked Hudson's Q, and it now acts as like a destructible you can shoot through. Has a much longer duration, wider range, longer range to cast it, wider width on the barbed wire itself, and we can see it lasts a long time. It's sort of just hanging out there for a while, right? So Hogs coming back up to their kind of hero start in Magebog. They're going to get the next soul boss in the same exact place. So level 6 going to be grabbing Shrapnel Soul here after their early victory, getting that Power Shuffler. Ponyboy on the Shuffler looking to work his way through that, maybe find some good stuff. pass it off to his teammates. Something you can do with Power Shuffler is if any of your teammates have bad powers and you're in comms, you can be like, yo, toss me that, I'll shuffle it, and then when you get something good, you pass it back, and they give you a crappy power again, and you keep shuffling powers up for your team into, you know, better looks. We come over here, got a lot of teams pushing in from the circle. They're going to be converging. Main characters running right into BDE. Main characters with level advantage, though, improving, putting out huge damage on that Hudson. Cowboy Bebo with a big bomb, but not enough. Cannot match the Hudson damage in that Hudson zone of control. Coyote is able to get off that last-minute jump pad, trying to juke, just waiting out on the top, but is going to start taking that damage from being on top of the wall. Does peel out in time. Is Dylan going to look to push that? He's not. And so main characters... they do have eye here. Oh, so Coyote does end up getting caught by FPS, who's over on the right here. Did someone else from BDE get out? Clap is still alive. The hero of BDE trying to live it out here. Another Lux Zeph, baby. Just gangstering it out on this ledge in his full juicy couture. Whatever. Bubblegum suit. He's going to be right next to main characters. But they're not going to know. Clap just patiently playing the bush. Going to wait for the last second on this storm. Doesn't have ult, so that's a bit scary to be kind of just free roaming as a level 4 Zeph against all these level 6 squads. But you do what you got to do out here in the breach. TLD doing it to Hogs right now. We got Soul versus Soul, Armor versus Shrapnel. Lionel Mythy, Jang on the Myth looking to put out huge damage. Is going to get pushed by Phenom. Such a weird spot into the wall, but is going to be able to phase walk through. Phenom not going to have enough momentum from that, and they're going to reverse that. Get the kill on Lemur. Ponyboy executes. Huge fight there by Hogs in the 2v2 to turn that around against TLD. So now Phenom the one having to peel out to the north to look for a res, and Hog's actually going to continue to be a bit surrounded here. Ponyboy going to be in a rough spot, having to portal into this like double void zone. It's not looking good. Okay, he's going to be fine. So he's going to get out to the north. They are able to keep that Shrapnel Soul. We got action going down here between main characters who have kind of been holding the line of everyone coming in on this angle from the storm. Everyone making their way up to Academy. Pensato tonks the madly out of there. So nice use of the new Bebo ult to Mario Kart their way to safety. We look at Shopmarg. I'm not sure what happened to FPS, but they're very split. They got two players over in the right island. Shopmarg over here in a bush all alone. And something happened to put him here because we got the other two homies, Pensato and Madly. Oh, they carted out. That's what happened. Maybe Shopmarg missed the cart. These guys are going to run. Pensato trying to cart again. Look at the range of that thing, bro. Insane amount of range on the Tonk Mario Kart. So Pensato is out of there to the north. Madly uses that time to peel to the south. First squad eliminated. So BDE getting taken out. I'm not sure even where that fight was going down. I missed it. That's my bad. Doing my very best to drive and cast all at the same time here. But looks like we got more action happening between TLD and Fabled up here. TLD, huge push over the top on Nutty. Fabled holding this bottom ledge, really good position. So Nutty, kind of the losers of that positioning. They're going to be caught right in the middle of the both. Ghost looking to make some magic happen with a nuke. Is going to get sort of just trained there on the glide. Not going to be able to do any sort of glider feathering with all of TLD putting out damage on your bubble. And so he is going to get taken out there. And we have another squad eliminated as Rift goes out as well. So all of a sudden, you know, it was very slow, kind of strategic. All of a sudden, a bunch of squads finding themselves wiped here as the circle closes in on Academy. And this is like exactly what they were talking about in the patch notes of adding this island. See what adding this island did? It made Academy able to be like more of the center end circle because there's some extra space over here now. Now we can have a real final circle in Academy. And look where it is, bro. I love this spot so much. It's like these islands that like break apart right under Frag Isle. And then you know it's like Frag Isle that's like fragile, right? And all these are like rigid, really fragile islands of fragging. Intentional? Coincidence? We're not sure. But we got 7 squads left still, back to a little bit of patience mode. Everyone, look at everyone kind of locking in their position. We got a couple teams looking to get positioning, including main characters, who is going to have to push in here against Madhouse. Oh, huge Deep spike there. Who was that? Sataturu. Massive snipe on the Ghost. Gets the spike. Main character's down 1 now. Going to be a huge disadvantage. They're going to take this gap under the wall, go north to these fragile islands. But that's that's going to basically put them at a big disadvantage here, having to look for a res. Madhouse looking to continue to hold their position off of that pick. Looking pretty good for Madhouse. 2 golds. This is our winner of last game. 2 golds, pretty good powers, pretty decent weapon levels. So they're looking strong. If we look at who's kind of on their south here, Moonlit Battlegrounds, this is a team with some really good players that I think are sort of brand new to playing together. And I expect this team to really start to scale as they spend more time playing together, because it's a bunch of really good players, and they're all not only very mechanically strong, but pretty like strategically strong as well, and intelligent players. So this Moonlit is going to be a scary squad to be looking out for, and they're looking to kind of prove it here. They got Hogs on the north. Ponyboy is down, but Wadel is going to get that crown. So they're probably going to look to play time. Wadel looking to hold the north ledge here, looking for a cheeky spike. Almost gets it on Pensato there. Pensato sees him just in time to not glide into it. But those islands are going to go down. Pensato having nowhere to go, looking to fish for his ice wall, gets it. He is going to get pushed, but he's doing so much on the Tonk-Tonk's out. Oh, really nice look there by Pensato. He's actually going to bait Wadel into the bombing run, it looks like. So Wadel's going to get taken out from that as well. And I think Jackalakin is actually going to get this Deathbox res. So Fabled over here on the left, though, gets a knock of their own. It looks like on TLD. We take a look at TLD, down to 2. Phenom and Paz. It looks like Lemur. Oh, no, Lemur's alive as well. So Lemur snags crown. TLD not at a huge disadvantage, just down 1. They've made crazier things happen. Not a huge, actually pretty good powers. Mega Cluster, regular nuke, 2-way teleporter on Lemur, and a gold on that brawl. So still pretty scary. Venomous getting out big damage onto Madhouse there. But Sataturu is going to peel out. Madhouse now in a weird spot. They kind of lost their position on the island because they pushed right. They sort of gave up this positioning to Fabled, and it looks like they are going to get punished for it here. Ham being the last one left. Can they work some magic? They can't. So squad elimination on our winners from last game by Fabled here, looking to continue, sort of their scaling into the new year that they were doing last year. This was a team that has improved a bunch over the last few months, and they're even missing Wicca, one of their main players. I think Bush is subbing for Wicca right now, but that's definitely a team to be on the lookout for, and they've scaled a bunch over the last couple months. I expect to continue seeing them scale, especially when they find that guaranteed 4th. We're gonna pretend we didn't see that, Pine. Maybe just the water got you. Got a little stuck there. Pretend it didn't happen. I was gonna get the res, so no problemo. I really want to see Moonlit do some cool stuff here. Huge fight happening top left. We got Fable pushing into Hogs. Hogs still just doing their best to survive, but they're going to run right into the last door. Lemur on Crown looking to get that easy knock over Abyss with the brawl. Can he get it on Wadel? They do, and so TLD all the way back. Jang Lionel Mithy, last player left for Hogs, is going to get eliminated at 4th. Right as that's happening, huge action to the right between the other 2 teams. Moonlit versus Fable. Venomous taking huge damage, but massive Zephyl. It's going to heal off of all those kills. Back to full for Venomous. Pine is low now, though. Schreikel Jordan barely peels out on the Zeph. Gets all the win, gets blocked. That Zephyl almost got him, but they're just so low, cannot hold on. TLD and Fable gonna push the issue, kind of close in from the back there. No hope left for them as these 2 teams duke it out for 2nd and 3rd. TLD is looking like they're in a rough spot. Fable going for the victory here. Last player on Paz, 10% health, looking to finish it off here. Zeph v Zeph, Violent Zakui with the nade. Air Blast, Paz looking to make some magic happen, but he cannot do it. And Fable pull out game 2. Let's go, baby. Like right after I was talking about these guys and they're sort of scaling, they come out and back me up and get that nice W. Really spicy 4-way fight at the end there. We saw 2 teams engage on each other in the top left, and then we saw TLD to the south. We saw another team. It was a Moonlit Battlegrounds to the right, and then the 2 teams from the north got pushed right down into TLD, and then those teams got pushed right into Moonlit Battlegrounds. It was just a huge cluster. In the end, Fabled had that really good position on that kind of central island that they sort of like took from Madhouse. We saw Madhouse playing our sorry, main character. We saw main characters playing that position, and Fabled kind of like took that away from them. We saw when we looked back, main characters having to try to push Fable from the left, weren't able to do it successfully. Fable hold their ground, kind of hold central top space in that last little island. It pays off big for them in that final fight there. Played very well. Fable come out with the victory in game 2. Woo! What's next? Cross country game 3. Let's go. So we had Soulbound game 1. We had Bombing Run game 2. This is cross country game 3. I think they're probably running 6-game blocks still, if I had to guess. I'm not sure actually. My third favorite bush of all time. I missed the bush play. I think I might have like a minute here. I'm gonna maybe go refill my water. I'm gonna just make sure I'm not missing any messages or anything. Okay, I'm gonna be right back as this one.
Choose wisely. The hunt sets us free. You are the drop leader.
슈퍼바이브 안녕 여러분.
All right, sorry about that, guys. We are back for game 3 here, coming in with Cross Country Storm. Let's see, we had Madhouse winners of game 1, Fabled winners of game 2. Who is looking to take game 3 here? Fabled out, first drop, early start, looking maybe for the repeat. Already level 3 on Dunmere, little split drop early in Scavenger Bay. I love the early drops myself. There's something about getting out on the map early, the pacing you can achieve and continue to ride if you're the very first team to drop. We saw Dunmere hit level 3 there before some of these teams even left the plane, right? So that's kind of the tempo advantage of early dropping, even if it's not the best, you know, necessarily area to drop, or there's not the craziest. Wadle trying to make some magic happen against DLT up here. Let's go, baby. Lemur not letting him get away. These guys good buddies. Lemur says not today, bro. So Wadle is gonna get taken out there. I think Hogs, they're gonna be just fine with Resurgence, but they're in still a rough spot. Like Jang is surrounded. Ponyboy is 10 seconds left here. Abador looking to push it. Big damage from that Shiv coming out. Yeah, Ponyboy's got to run here. He can't get shifted again by that Shiv because she's going to have another one and be able to finish. He's going to take the rail around, but are they going to anticipate Looks like he's just starting the vault. So Ponyboy's still looking to bide time here. Hogs are going to be okay in the end. Zachary just getting some information from Fabled on the right here, who were the ones getting that very first early drop that we were talking about. As we see main characters going right into the face of Madhouse. Huge damage out there on Dylan, or on Madhouse. So they're going to get taken out, but they trade one back on Dylan. But it's looking like advantage main characters improving with that ult. So Kogai barely, or Cool Guy, I don't know. It's either Koyi or Cool Guy gets out there, barely able to stay above that threshold to get yanked in by the gunner ult. Madhouse, though, now in a bit of a rough spot. Level disadvantage. Ham's looking like they're probably going to get ran down here. Main characters at 5. Nice double phase shift through the wall. Zekin going to try to follow. Not going to get the double. Ham looking to put out big, huge R&B into the rain. Ham going monster with the myth. Oh, goes a little too over aggro. Blood in the eyes. Sees the kills on improving. Shifts forward. I do that very often myself. But I was expecting him to maybe make something cool happen with it, but he does get punished, just like usually happens to me. So is going to get taken out, but not a huge deal. The rest of Madhouse still in it. And I think Ham knew that, so instead of continuing to retreat, he's looking more for the highlight play, which almost came through pretty big there. We see Nutty way up to the north on their own here, kind of completely alone, going to be getting this vault, but pretty good start. Like, look at this armor and these powers. 2 blues, delicate goggles, already on Masamune from somewhere. So not a bad start, kind of isolated farming in the north here for Nutty. So we come down to Rift, looking like they're having to peel out of a fight between 2 teams, main characters and TLD coming at them from multiple angles. Paz only level 2 here on the Zeph, but pretty good powers. Looks like they're not going to care. TLD maybe looking to push that, but no, they retreat down to the bottom right. They see this level advantage on main characters. Main characters looking to push it though. Big stealth. Aiden not stopping, shifts right in. TLT is all the way back up, and they're going to look to hold this choke. They will fight these. They're not at too much of a disadvantage. They do have armor advantage with gold being on Lemur and Abador. We see, I think we had a double 2-way split on golds. So we're going to see 2 of them on FPS over here as well. And we actually see a 5th monster grab coming in from Pensato, switching over to the Kingpin there. Going to get kind of reversed. I think DJ came in with that Abyssal Breaker, gets the dunk himself on the Kingpin. Very well played there by DJ to kind of turn that hook around. End of Resurgence, Pensato right back in on the Kingpin, looking like maybe a little bit taken off guard by that because of the timing. Going for the dunk there, but is going to get taken out again. No Resurgence to bring it back in. Shawmark's going to go down as well. Lose that gold. Madly gets spiked as well. Running right into Schreikel Jordan. Pine on the Zeph. Sniping that kill in the end. So going to be a rough spot there for them as they try to peel out. And speaking of peeling out, Moonlet's trying to get out of the storm, and they're going to run right into Go Hogs. And they're kind of on a split as well. Some big plays looking like they're trying to make happen on the Shiv. Venomous trying to go in and delete someone. Doesn't quite work out. Maybe missed a shift shot or something there. Looked kind of like caught out a little bit. And so they are not going to be able to finish that. Huge damage coming in from Unseen Jaguar, though, in the kind of Myth 1v1. Gets the ult to come through on Jang. They are going to get multiple members from Hogs down. So we just have 1 left from Hogs. I don't know why it's swapping me over here, bro. It's auto swapping me over here. Why? We have 2 left for Hogs. Ponyboy looking to hold on to that gold, but these guys are so low, bro. Ponyboy going for the hero 1v3 in the storm. Can he get it? Huge shield by Kogai. Completely reverses it. Holy massive play there by Moonlit. Oh, sorry, not Kogai. DJ, my bad. DJ with the monster shield, multiple monster plays by DJ to keep Moonlit Battlegrounds in this one. Unhealable, the ult's not going to do much. Trying to make it out here, is going to go for the self-res. Might have been a little early on it based on the storm damage. Turtle, they are going to be able to peel all the way out. So after all that violence, Hogs ends up getting 1 out, and they get the rest of their team out. But we got a whole bunch of action over here to the left with these teams running into each other. TLD just to the south of Rift. Abador looking to do huge chunks of damage. She's going to right into main characters, but is going to have that dagger out still. So Far Step daggers back. They're going to jump pad over to the right as this Soul Zone spawns, and we got Armor Soul and Shrapnel Soul on the map again, similar to last game. So keep in mind, guys, this is cross-country. We're going to see big motion here from this endgame storm. There's an airborne fort, brand new power. It's like emergency platform with walls, basically. Gives you elevated ground on the ground as well, high ground to play off of. So huge action in Magebox Swamp here. We got multiple teams just poking each other. TLD on the bottom, main characters on the left, Madhouse on the right. Couple picks coming through, but nothing too final. As we look at TLD, scaling pretty well. 3 golds, grappling hook, delicate disguise. Some pretty nice looking powers coming through on those guys. It's funny, we see delicate disguise on the Zeph there. Priorities perhaps changing with the stealth changes. So in the patch that hit on Tuesday or on Wednesday, oh, TLD just monster squad wipe that I completely miss. They just ran over the top of Madhouse, and it looks like Neff being some collateral for Rift there. So TLD get the squad wipe on Madhouse and kind of leave him to bleed out there. It happened so fast, I completely missed it. Just all the kills coming through in the kill feed out of nowhere. What is Moonlit up to down here? It's like they're sort of just looking to recover. I'm not sure exactly why they were down here, but not looking too bad. Gold, blue, 2 greens, Abyssal Eye, 2-way tunnel. That's like the new like persistent 2-way teleporter. Behind on a couple item evolutions, but not the worst. Jack Lacken locking in a kill for Hogs. Hogs looking like they fully recovered from that early game action. Big spike there coming through for them. They are going to get that 1 pick. Excuse me. And they're going to look to like push further down to Machine. Looking to not get caught in this sketchy laser. Coming over to the right, though, I just saw Dolphy run right into Fable kind of on their own here. As we look at Shabmarg also on their own, gonna run right into the BDE bush play. So Build Different entirely down a clap on Zeph is going to be looked to playing patiently. Back over here to the right, we see Fabled pushing up into main characters. 2 of our very strong teams here. Afro going in on Zekin. Huge damage with the stack, so they are going to get that surge to come through for the kill. Main character is now down a member, looking to kite north, improving, trying to do his best to peel on that Hudson. One of the least mobile hunters in the game at this point isn't going to be able to get out after using that shift, so it's going to get taken out. Aiden and Dylan, last 2 left on main characters, but maybe all they need if they're able to get a res here. We've seen these guys do some crazy stuff. I'm excited to see Hogs plan, as they've had they're doing what Hogs do. They have constant action. Sometimes it's looking sketchy, sometimes it's looking really good, but in the end they're always just duking it out, and sometimes it comes through epic for them. So Mithy just working the laser angle, or sorry, Jang on Lionel Mithy on the myth, working the laser angle. Looks like BDE with their 3 members is maybe looking here. I wonder if they knew Dolphy was alone. I don't know if some vision or something gave out Dolphy. Parya looking for the same exact thing, trying to get that kill to come through with the crown. 1 minute left. If they can get the kill on Dolphy here, whole team back for Rift. They're might gonna need it, as they're gonna be caught in between Fabled and BDE here, but they are not gonna get it. So Fabled ends up taking out Dolphy on the brawl, but they're not gonna push too far south. And Cowboy Bebo looking to do some Bebo bomb action with the bat. A blast Parya off, almost actually gets the knock, which would have got Cowboy, their player, back. So nice look there from Cowboy Bebo, not quite able to pull it through. Huge, I think that was a big bomb. Could have been mistaken, but big monster fight here in the middle of the laser. So Nutty engages on the top of Fable. It looks like main characters in a rough spot as well. Aiden kind of nowhere to go. We see the kind of pain of this storm shift forcing these teams to push position very early on in this late game, and it's resulting in things like this, where now what is this? Now this is pod racing. That's such a good name. Is that, I can't see the full name, but I'm assuming now this is pod racing is what it is. Yeah, now this is pod racing. On the Oath, looking to just like do some grind jukes here, is actually gonna do it. So successfully gets out as the last player. Gonna run right into Hogs though. They're gonna see he has the silo. They want that squad elim, but it might be a little too late as Ponyboy getting kind of chased down by BDE, and it looks like the rest of Hogs like wasn't even trying to help. They were calling, looks like they were kind of calling to peel, and probably part of that is because of this shift. Look at this monster storm shift. Storm damage starting to come in really strong here. We see Clap almost taken out like sort of instantly there as they try to push north out of this storm. But it's gonna be like, I don't know, it's gonna be a really, you know, sort of interesting angle. Like, look at this. They're having to push up into all these other teams. So Hogs looking to hold the line, but Jang is going to get caught by Nutty, taken out. So just Wadle and Jack-a-Lacan. Wadle looking to play the crown. A minute 30 left. Going to be a tough ask if they run into Moonlit. TLD waiting just above them. Not a good spy here for Go Hogs. Jack-a-Lacan, last one left, is going to be able to get out for a split second longer, but they do get eliminated at 6. So Go Hogs with the kamikaze run do end up getting taken out here. And right as I say that, Moonlit Battlegrounds just ships it in, but TLD is right behind them. So directly in the middle of the sandwich, just going to get absolutely crunched there. BDE back up to full force. Shrapnel versus Armor again. A showdown as old as time on the breach here. Armor shredding versus Armor regenerating. It looks like both teams are going to kind of peel out, reset. We see a two-way portal going down by BDE. This is the persistent ones. This is basically a two-way teleporter that exists for that whole duration. You can bounce up through it. You get a little bit of verticality out of it as well, but it's like the equivalent, like these portals, the way you would play around like one of these. It's like one of those on the ground, basically. TLD pushing up into Nutty here. Looks like TLD is feeling strong. They're kind of just, we see him continuously pushing into teams. We look at these items. Lemur fully evolved on his weapons. Abador almost there. Phenom almost there. Paz just slightly behind. Had that slower start, being dead, I think, on the Zeft. Good powers as well, though. So I think we're going to see TLD looking scary. This is where TLD really shines. Like, sometimes they get caught out early and squad eliminated throughout the game, but if they're making it to final circles, they're like one of the scariest teams you have to contend with. Like, you bet that Nutty, Fabled, and BDE are all concerned about where TLD is. They're concerned about where each other are, but they're all extra concerned about where these guys are. And they're holding the north flank with 3 of these golds. Armor Soul, Nutty's going to get some intel now with Abador going in. So Nutty knows TLD probably to the north. I think BDE a little in the dark here as far as intel. They're not sure. They don't have the vision to kind of know where these other squads are at. And sometimes the best thing to do in that situation is the bush play. And we look at him here. Item Evolve's looking strong, so no, you know, definitely not going to be shying away from fights. A little bit of an armor disadvantage, but going to be looking for the opportunity here. As we see TLD pushing down onto Nutty, trying to get one of these squads out of here kind of isolated. I think they knew that these other guys were rotating north based off of this storm shift. And teams like TLD, they know how to play cross-country storm. They're playing it well. They're seeing this shift and they're trying to take advantage of other teams moving in the shift. And Fabled, huge hook there by Krillo into the dunk. It's going to get instantly returned by the damage coming through from BDE and Clap. Monster Zephblade there to kind of return things. And now we're going to be back to it, a 3v3 situation between BDE and Nutty. Nutty in a situation where they have to push off this ledge. Username Diff just trying to do crazy things on the brawl. He baits all of BDE out here into nowhere, bro. They have nowhere to go. They have to push this ledge. At the same time, TLD two-way ports in, bro. What is this madness? There's a portal there. You guys can take it out. Krillo hits it. Krillo hits it with the crown. He's gonna go right into these guys. What is this final circle, bro? Oh my god. Nutty's still in it somehow. Ghost is still alive. Set is still alive. I don't know how this is even happening. BDE survives the huge storm shift too. So in the end of all that, TLD is out at 4th, bro. That was absolute madness. Now Ghost forced to try to make a play as the final player left. Only thing he could do, ship it in with the ult. Fable now, 4 left, 1 left for BDE. Can Fable take game 2 of the day here? Looking so strong, holding the only land on this map. Bush, fully evolved armor, delicate disguise. Zakui trying to bait out the RJ. Ton just has nowhere to go here, bro. Such a rough spot in this airborne storm. Trying to make some magic bishop rocket jumper plays happen out over the abyss. Literally just feather gliding to buy some time. Gonna probably have to ult in here. Looks to shift in, try to ult follow. Literally nowhere to go there, bro. So Fabled just locking down that chaos, bro. Utter madness at the end there. We saw so much things happening. We saw a solo brawl bait an entire team out over the abyss while the rest of his team held the ledge. We saw that team who knew the storm was shifting north try to push up into the team holding that ledge at the same exact time, bro. TLD two-way portals under both of those teams on that ledge makes their way in and out. Just a monster insanity endgame fight there, bro. I can't even. That was just absolutely wild. Yo, Ethan, what's good, brother? Yo, are you still out there, bro? Dude, have you tried SUPERVIVE, bro? We gotta play this together if you haven't played, man. I got a little session with Jared and Nate like a week or two ago, and it was super fun, dude. We should force stack and play sometime. That would actually be so fun, bro. It's good to hear from you, bro. I hope you're well, man. Yo, you are still here. What's good, dude? Hope the new year is treating you well. Yeah, we should definitely play some though. Be a good time. Yeah, so I'm trying to get into shoutcasting, bro. So like a couple months ago, I started like practicing just yelling about this game, and these are like some of the top ranked teams in North America now, and I know a good chunk of them from like playtesting the last couple years. So this is my bro's game, the SUPERVIVE that he's been creative director of for the last few years, and I've been playtesting it, and it just hit the NDA lifted earlier this year, and then it hit open beta like end of this year. So now it's like actually out on Steam and like available to be played all the time for the first time, and it's just like so fun to watch, dude. I'm kind of like addicted to watching it, so I've been trying to shoutcast. I've been trying to like get good at shoutcasting it, and dude, it's a good time. I'm just having like such a blast.
Select your hunter.
You have it? It looks dope. Yeah, bro. It's literally like imagine Super Smash Bros, Apex, League of Legends,
The hunt sets us
and some other shit just fucking smashed together and then made a little better. And it's got a really good feel, dude. Like the WASD top-down like action shooter, like it feels way more free than a MOBA, because like I can't even play League anymore because the point and click is just such a shitty way to move. Like the movement and kind of the physics and stuff going on in here is like, yeah, it's just like really satisfying. And I wasn't even expecting to like go super deep on this game, but I got kind of like addicted to it like my first week playing it since it's been out. So I like made a whole new YouTube channel. I've just been like pumping YouTube, like SUPERVIVE YouTube videos while my other one's kind of been on pause. But I did get some PoE 2 in over the break, so I'm gonna be looking to start throwing build guides up on the other channel again soon here. But dude, have you played PoE yet? I remember me and you played in college, or you're the one that showed me in college. I have such like a golden PoE memory from when we were playing the beta in college, and you were like super into it, but you got me into it. And I made that like Shadow, did like that freeze pulse build up to like mid 70s. But that was basically why I knew I was gonna love PoE 2, because I remember exactly, you know, how fun that like building that build and like playing that whole freeze pulse thing. Dude, fucking 4 teams at Coldfang. All right, so diving into game 4 here, I missed what the storm shift is. Final destination, okay. But we got, look at this Coldfang drop, bro. 4 squads hitting the breach here right off the bat. Gonna be just duking it out over this early XP. Sorry, little hiccups here. So TLD is able to get early levels. They go 2 right off the bat. FPS not going to be able to lock anything down. They might want to peel south. I think there's a couple more camps south of them here. Yeah, that's exactly where they're going. They really need to get that one so they have some form of levels. Almost impossible to fight on some of these hunters at the level 1. Really just not a hunter yet with all your abilities. Big action happening. A lot of action happening in the heart as well. So those are basically, I think, our 2 hot zones. Yeah, so we got 2 golds, Cold Fang, 2 golds, heart, like 3 or 4 teams down in each area. Oh, and there's this like first day boss now that doesn't come in at night. So this is what we saw Hog get last game. That gives instant level 5. So Moonlit was looking to snipe that for level 5. They don't get it. Nutty gets the level 5. Nutty knows it, looking to push that advantage here. Username Diff on the Brawl gets the dunk on Venomous. It's not really going to matter because Moonlit was like peeling anyways, and they have that resurgence coming through. So unless they're able to successfully run the rest of those guys down, it's going to be no big deal. Continuing our action down here in Cold Fang, though, looks like TLD maybe being sort of the winners of everything that was happening, and they're going to run a couple members from Madhouse down, and it looks like Nutty getting some kills as well, being up more on this Ion side of things. Looks like they just maybe got another pick. Oh, that was who was fighting Moonlit here, so they just get another pick off of that resurgence. TLD, though, continuing their push north, and FPS kind of looped back in behind the back of them. So FPS was the team we saw go south, way south to get that creep. They recover. They actually wait for all these teams to push north while they're fighting each other, go get the vault themselves. So really nice start here on 2 golds, like right off the bat. And 2 golds, 2 blues, actually monster start for FPS. So they're going to be wanting to look for some early action here, look for some fights. They might run into these two if they continue their trajectory to the right over there. Coming up to Madhouse, who's one of the teams that basically had to peel out of Cold Fang, kind of one of the losers maybe of that early fight, early action. That was the team TLD was pushing north. They got a couple picks on them. Everyone fully recovered from a resurgence. I think they hear Fabled up here and don't want to go too far north. Look at these powers on Afro, already 2-way in Bungie. Pretty early on. Nutty continuing the violence on a different team now, though. It looks like they found a couple members from Rift split out. We see the other 2 from Rift way up here. And so looking like just a couple picks here. Rift is going to get that resurgence res to come through. So again, not a huge deal. We see Blinkstone spawning in as teams start to position around it. So Hogs is looking. We got main characters looking. We got BDE looking, and probably FPS looking from the south here as well. So going to be a spicy Blinkstone fight. We can see Hogs kind of positioning themselves around it early here to try to ledge guard. A really good spot to hold here if you're trying to burn this boss. Looks like they are just going to kind of turn and burn it, though. Wadel is going to come back and maybe ledge guard this a bit. Aiden's already over, though. Main characters is going to have armor advantage here. Otherwise, pretty even looking fight. Hogs looking to just put big damage on that. A rough spot because the thing is has Blinkstone, so it's Blinkstoning itself around, and they're not going to be able to kind of hold that position if the thing is teleporting, and that's exactly what's happening. Aiden putting out huge pressure, kind of solo on that Oath, literally holding 3 away down here in the 1v3. That's going to force Jack-O-Lantern to be the only one on the actual soul boss, which is going to allow main characters to grab that. Aiden being the one coming away with the Blink Dagger, and Hogs are going to pay the price for kind of not being able to, finish that in time. They get a member pick. They are going to be out and be just fine, but they do lose out on that exotic that they kind of spent all that time positioning over. Main characters, Aiden playing that very well. Big zoning on the Oath, getting the Blink Dagger he deserved. Huge fight up here to the north, though, as we see 3 teams doing it out. Moonlit Battlegrounds, Nutty, and someone else, Fabled. It looks like Fabled's peeling south, but we still have action happening between Moonlit and Nutty. DJ coming through with some big shields over the course of these games. We saw some big plays from DJ last game, but Nutty is going to come away with that pick as they push south here. Fable, though, as they were retreating, it looks like they maybe ran. I'm not sure where this pick came from, but they're going to go for this town res just fine. And it looks like at the same time, I'm not sure why Scarb is up here. But the rest of Rift looks like it's down here doing some stuff. So they're going to hopefully be able to reconnect with him. It looks like he might run right into Wadel, though. Oh, Wadel's backing. Way back to Mana Coils. I wonder if the rest of Hogs is going to recall as well, because they're going to be right in the middle of so many teams there if they don't. So we see Pine on Schreikel, on the Zeph. His name's Pine, but his name's Schreikel Jordan, but he's playing Zeph, bro. Come on. What's happening? huge like double Oathbreaker ults in both directions through that choke. Monster damage out on both teams. Faye does get a pick, but Rift is just going to pull him right back up with the instant res, and now Fabled are the ones in the rough spot. They have literally nowhere to go. Dunmere looking to get maybe over the top here, but probably isn't going to be able to do it. And if they come down here, there's Madhouse. If they go to the left, there's BDE. So literally no land for Fabled here. Oh my god. This is basically what they were doing to everyone else at the end of last game, bro. This is how they pulled their second victory out. Dunmere looking for a huge play on Clap solo, just trying to do his best to live and get out of there, trying to attempt the Wisp Res. He does get it. Oh, Clap barely stops it there. I thought Dunmere snuck that, dude. I thought he was going to get that self-res to come through. Almost does. But still has two members over here to the left here in Zakawi and Fabo. We see a bunch of violence on the top right happening between Moonlit and Nutty. Oh, and then just south of it here, we've seen continuous action over this gap, and finally someone's going to push into BDE over here. Rift having a monster fight, huge punch there, and they are going to end up just deleting that Bishop. So nice play by Scarb and Parya and gang to push that ledge, get that squad wipe on BDE. We didn't see the beginning of that fight, so we're not sure exactly how it began, but we do have action down here. So FPS coming away with the armor from our Cold Fang. Remember, it looks like both of them are fully broken. So Dolphy with blood in her eyes saw the potential kill on Ponyboy, went for it to get the kill in the reset, not able to pull it off. So they bring down Dolphy, and it looks like that is going to be what they needed to maybe turn this fight here, as Go Hogs looking to finish FPS. Last player left on Madly. Jang, Lionel Mithy putting out huge damage, barely short on that dagger. Jackalakin over the top on Jewel himself. They are going to be able to lock that down and get that squad elimination. So Go Hogs take out the 9th place squad here, looking like they're going to have a pretty good position themselves. Double gold, 2 blues. Berry Eater on the Brawl, Delicate Disguise on the Shiv. So we can't dash with Delicate Disguise anymore, keep that in mind. But still a very strong power. They're subtly taking chips away at stealth and stealth mechanics. So first it was like triple the cost of Mana Cloak, very first stealth change. And then it was like some adjustments to the stealth range and when you were alerted of someone like coming up on you and how aggressive that alert is. And then now more recently in this patch, it was basically anytime you dash, any form of a dash is going to pull you out of stealth. So for like one-off stealth, it's going to cancel them. For like a stealth cloak, you have to reactivate it. And for something like Delicate Disguise or Night Soul Boss, it's suppressed for 4 seconds. So you actually are going to have, like, if you have a Delicate Disguise Kingpin, like, rolling up on you, you're going to have that split second. If he tries to dash slam you, you're going to have a split second for outplay now where you didn't have really any before. So I think that is sort of the intent behind the dashing. And it does kind of make sense that, you know, if you're dashing around everywhere, you're not that stealthy. So big fight up here between Nutty and Fabled. Fabled looking like monsters in this match, though. Nutty actually in the 4v3. I didn't even notice. So Seth finally gets over here, gonna play out this platform, actually putting out huge damage, just playing the artillery gunner from the ledge. They get the elimination. Are they gonna be able to take out Fabled completely, who's won 2 out of the last 3 games? Fabled in a really rough spot there. They're gonna run right into Moonlit Battleground. Zakawi playing the top of the terrain there is gonna try to whoosh maybe his buddies out, but not gonna be able to accomplish much. Venomous looking for the finish is gonna get the squad wipe on Fabled. So our 2-game winners out at 8th here in game 4. Monster fight there from Nutty. Huge damage from the Ghost from the ledge, and the rest of his team holding the line there. I think it was Krillo or Shuma Ghost kind of holding that front for him as he was just unloading from the ledge, as the Ghost does end up getting taken out for it at some point. But monster fight there to keep his team in it. Really cool to see. And keep an eye out on Krillo here. Right as I'm saying that, Hogs down to the south getting double knocks. Looks like they are in some action against... Oh, they got a squad elim. I completely missed that. So Go Hogs lock another one in. I think that's 2 squad elims for them with only 4 squads out. So Hogs looking scary this game, looking to bring home that W SUPERVIVE. Look at Wadle, Delicate Disguise, Masamune, quick Interweaver. So he's got an evolution move speed on the Interweaver. Very interesting here. 40 move speed Interweaver. So this is that's sort of the RNG evolutions that are in play now. You have a chance to get upgraded evolutions of your items, a 4th evolution basically that's random. All right, Papa E, I'll catch you later, buddy. Good seeing you, man. We'll have to catch up soon. Huge push here from Madhouse. Just monster by Kogai on the... I can't get his name right. It's either Kogi. I'm going to say Cool Guy. Cool Guy on the Oath really just locks it in there. Monster ult. Hogs looking to kind of recover off the back of that. Still in a pretty good spot. But they know they kind of have a bit of advantage here, gear, power, armor-wise. So they're going to continue looking for fights. They're always looking for fights, though. So not anything new for Go Hogs. Looking for the violence. Speaking of violence, Nutty and main characters just in it up here. Nutty was able to get set back on that Ghost, having the monster play against Fabled earlier. They're going to be in a really rough spot, though, as they literally get flanked by 3 other teams at the same time. We see TLD on the left in a huge fight against Hogs down here. Monster push there by Hogs, putting out so much damage. Wadle looking to follow up after that dagger takes him back, but it might be a little too late, so they are going to be able to turn that around, get Paz back up, even though he's taking monster damage from that storm, is going to be able to get out. So instead of it being a 2v4, it becomes a 3v3. Oh, dude. A really rough teleport there for Hogs. Kind of, I don't want to say throwing, but sort of throwing away that advantage and momentum they had almost instantly. Two-way teleporting into the edge of the storm right above main characters there, and are going to get taken out. So not able to close out on that early momentum, even though they did get multiple squad wipes. TLD continuing to look scary. They do have that damage soul, so a little scarier than normal, even with the amount of burst coming out from the squad. Lemur just somehow alive with a 1 HP with the crown. Doesn't get taken out. Not out yet. TLD still in it, but at the same... So Nutty and TLD instantly go out at 4 and 3, down to our last 2 squads almost instantly here in this final circle. Main characters versus Moonlit Battlegrounds. Honestly, 2 very scary teams in their own right. Really good players on both of these squads. Somewhat newer to playing together with each other in these teams, on these hunters, in these comps. But all these players very experienced. And so going to be a monster fight here. Moonlit does have XP soul, but not going to be able to really take advantage being level 9. Venomous trying to go over the top, going to take huge damage, is going to rewind back. All that damage goes back in with the old monster shiveled by Venomous, followed up by the rest of Moonlit. MC is down, only 1 player left. Crown on Zekin is going to ult out, not be able to cancel it in time, and a monster fight there, closing out game 4. Very well played in the end there. We saw so much violence, and it like instantly kind of came down to 2 squads from 4. There was just like absolute chaos for, you know, a few minutes between the last like 5 or 6. And then we saw 2, and instantly, like almost instantly, Moonlit says we're going. They ship it over the top. Venomous has a big engage with the Shiv where the enemy team blows cooldowns. He rewinds it back, reverses all that damage, goes back in over the top with a monster ult on the second go. Still has the dagger for the way out if he needs it. And the rest of Moonlit Battlegrounds doing a great job to follow up on all that damage and capitalize for the win in game 4. So Moonlit Battlegrounds coming up huge there in those final circle plays. We saw a lot of really spicy fights in that end circle. This fight, that fight where between Fabled and who was it? Set. These guys, Nutty and Fabled. That fight where Set was just gunning from the ledge, the double high ground, and they couldn't get to him. And I think Ghost was like holding the line under him on the Oath. Like that was really cool to see. But anyways, we got a new team, Moonlit taking. So this is like, we were talking about it earlier. This is experienced players, but new squad, not a new team. Like Moonlit's been around a while. I'd say DJ is kind of the guy that's been holding down this team. He's been on it like the whole time. these three guys are newer to the team, and I haven't really seen these guys play together, but I know all of them decently well. And so I think this is going to be a very scary team to be looking out for in the end. And we see them come away with their first victory there in game 4. So we got 2 for Fabled, we got 1 for Moonlit Battlegrounds, and we got 1 for Madhouse. So pretty even split so far for the dubs on the day. That's wrapping up game 4, heading into game 5 here. I think we are looking at 6-game series, if I remember correctly.
You are the drop leader.
Now is the time to crack my Red Bull. Game 5 and 6. And then like a full night of SUPERVIVE playing. My only sugar in the last couple days because I was having way too much of it over the break. All right. Dude, I love the pregame lobby emoting is actually so good. All right, we are hitting game 5 here. It looks like only one team out early in Cold Fang. Fabled loves getting those early drops. We were talking about it a game or two ago where they had that instant drop in Scavenger Bay. It's really the tempo you can get. Like, these guys are on the map farming XP before anyone else. Like, there's squads that haven't even left the plane yet, and these guys are already getting levels. So kind of the, you know, regardless of where it's at on the map, the tempo you can get from dropping early, there's something to be said for that, even if it's like this, where Fabled is across the entire map from everyone else. We're going to have to see. They're going to come in super farmed from that gold. Remember, something that's kind of been under the hood this whole time that we haven't been able to see from the spectator seat is the global shop that got added in the patch. So with the patch that hit on Wednesday with Season 0, we saw the introduction of a global shop where at any point during the game now, you or anyone on your team can open the global shop and make purchases from there, and they get airdropped down in to the map after 20 seconds. So like a completely new, interesting mechanic that's been added in that all these teams are having to account for and play around. But we see 3 teams posturing over this. Excuse me, TLD is going to get the killing blow. They lock in that level 5 instant ults. They ship it all in. Huge kind of fight here from TLD. It was basically, oh, Krilla with the monster outplay, getting the spike there, but Abador is going to get that final snipe on him. It looks like Nutty down to just 1 player on Set. Set is going to be out just fine here, though. So going to get that resurgence res to come through. Nutty's going to be able to recover. But we've seen in almost every one of these games, we've seen at least 2 teams, if not 3 or more, posturing over that very first boss that's dropping the exotic power. And that seems to be basically now the most reliable way to get ults. Like, if you can get that kill, you're instantly level 5. Not only are you able to secure whatever power it had, but you're instantly level 5 with ult advantage against potentially teams that are level, like on the most extreme end, level 1. Like when we saw, remember we saw that game in Magebog over here where Hogs was fighting with someone over the one that was right here, and they get the kill. Like, they were both level 1 fighting over it. Hogs ends up getting the kill. Then it's level 5s with ults versus level 1s who only have 1 ability, and that is such a rough fight to be in. So a really interesting dynamic having this, like, it's like an instant night 1 boss that's like on the map right away. And I must have maybe like missed that in the patch notes, or maybe misunderstood something I read, because I was under the impression that both of those were coming down night 1 still. But it looks like the map basically starts with one of those on the map and then another one coming in night one, which is very interesting to see. But we've been seeing these, you know, top squads like very cognizant of that. They're playing around that quick level 5 and that power advantage. We saw different teams get it in different games, but TLD getting it this game, like already so strong. Look at this golden Icarus glide on a Celeste Lemur. That is terrifying. Gold on Myth Abador, blue on Paz, and blue on Phenom. Phenom with Fate Rewinder. So TLD already looking monster just like 4 minutes into game 5 here. Gonna be very scary having to go up against them. Oh, we got a fight looking like down here between TLD. They're gonna run right into Rift. Don't think Rift is gonna want this though. See, now Rift looking to position around this second boss coming in on the first night, but they're gonna be at a big disadvantage fighting against this terrifying TLD squad. They're putting up a good battle, but they're gonna get opportuned on from the right by Hogs. I don't think Hogs is gonna want any of this because they don't have armor and they don't have ults. TLD just has a massive advantage here. So if Hogs, you know, push the issue, I would be very surprised because that's going to be a very hard fight to win, purely based off of power alone, not even skill considered. So it looks like they are going to back off. The smart play there by Hogs, even though they do love the violence. Cool guy shipping it in with the monster ult. Main characters is going to kind of sidestep that for the most part. Dreammaker looking for the follow-up hook. Not going to be able to get it. But it looks like Madhouse were the ones that came out with the golds up here. So they are going to have armor advantage. Zekken actually on a fully broken one. Aiden, the only one on main character's armor, kind of showing it, holding the front here like he likes to do, the solo oath. And speaking of solo, got Pine up here soloing this level 6 creep as the Zeph. Where is the rest of Moonlit? Doesn't matter because level 5 with the ult for Pine. GG. And there's the rest of them right there, making their way down, coming right up on this Meteor Beast for the Armor Soul. It looks like TLD is going to be a little busy. Big shield bump there coming through from Nutty. Ghost, Shoma Ghost able to get that a little bit. Krillo is going to be kind of well ahead of him on his way out. They're going to be looking to peel and get reses here. Bunch of action happening on the south side. We got multiple teams. Fabled running up into Rift here with Hogs on the right. Rewinder on Afro. Oh, these are Fabled was who started instantly in Cold Fang. So this is what I'm talking about tempo. Look at these guys. Even though they started across the map, look at the tempo. Full blues, Air Blast 2-way, Power Shuffler, Blinkstone, Fate Rewinder. Monster setup here for Fabled. Really putting themselves in a good position to come away with this win. Probably the most scary team against them right now is going to be TLD with this, from sort of like a power perspective, but TLD continuing to look for fights, and so might end up being a situation where they get some players picked off and lose some of this power. We will have to see because Phenom still holding on to that Rewinder as we see built different entirely. Oh, Hogs looking for the bush play. They are going to get found out. TLD pushing right in instantly. Lemur going for big pressure on the Celeste, just shifts it forward. Wadle trying to chunk out the Oath, but that rock is going to do a huge amount to block a big portion of that damage. Wadle looking to maybe go back in, is going to get the heal off of that knock from Jack Lacken, so can stay in. Big split fight here in the sort of 2v2. Jang just trying to hold his own against 2, is going to peel out to the right. Abador looking to chase, but Wadle and Jack Lacken doing work on the top side. TLD and Lemur and Paz looking to hold it though. Jack Lacken going to be in a really rough spot here. Is going to like glider gas across while TLD is busy with this box res. So pretty like scrappy fight there. Both teams end up losing a bit. No clear winner, I would really say. I think TLD probably kind of had the upper hand there. Main characters, though, in a bit of a rough spot themselves, pushing right into Moonlit Battlegrounds. Huge damage coming out there from Veno, but is it going to be enough as Madhouse comes in from the south? They may not be able to finish main characters in time. Aiden continuing to be super annoying on this Oath, continuously like causing split fights. He's going to run right into little Oath on Oath bush play there. Aiden just trying to be extra super quiet, trying to pump some damage on Ham on his way out. Going to be a really rough spot for Aiden here. Can't quite make the magic happen and get out. And we got a timer happening on this teleport. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Coming down just south, though. I think these two are going to connect in that timer. We got portals that are like time out. Oh, punch into the nuke! Monster by Scar, bro! Huge double bishop punch into the nuke, giving Rift Walkers the massive 4v2 advantage in this team fight against Nutty. Scarb absolutely going off on the rocket jumper, bro. Is going to get that kill on Krillo. Can he finish him off here? Last player on Nutty. Scarb looking for the finish, following up on the nuke punch. Oh, it's in town though. Yeah, I was like, wait. I was like, yeah, it's in town. So it's chilling. Oh, what a play by Scarb. Monster. Love to see it. Dude, I love town, bro. It's such a fiesta. Yo, look at this portable fan play. Oh, it gets him. Almost gets another one, bro. Oh, that's great, dude. Classic hard kill. And you got these little rift things that are being weird too, that you can get shooped into and something weird can happen. So they do get this is pod racing back up in the action. That was hilarious though. What a sequence of events for those guys for Rift there. That was awesome. All right, coming up here, checking out the rest of the map. We got Madhouse working on Orbalife. We got Moonlit Battlegrounds looking pretty good themselves here. Not crazy item evolutions, but decent powers. Decent armor, everything looking fairly decent for Moonlit. They're going to have some good fights to kind of overcome a bit of that power disadvantage, but not the worst power or not the worst kind of, levels everything could be at. And if we look at Nutty over here, who's been in a lot of action this game, they got base camp redeployable beacon. Oh, so that's just the new name, I guess, for the base camp victory. Icarus glide. Oh crap! So much happening, bro. Missing all of it. All these kills over here. Right as I pan away, these guys are fighting. Sorry, everyone. Oh, it looks like Rift was in it down here with main characters. Madhouse in it at the same time up here. Looks like Neth on the backside of Madhouse. Ah, rough spot with that waterfall ledge. So he's gonna get kind of caught on the lip there. Taking a look at our buddies Hogs, Parya gonna be right in the thick of it on the myth. Jack-O-Lacan's gonna probably see him here. Oh, Parya sees Jack-O-Lacan, but not the other way around. Ponyboy's gonna run right into him. Ponyboy didn't see him either because he's looking the other way. Parya being a true myth ninja here, playing the positioning very well, being the final player on Rift. Would love to see Rift get a res and make a comeback in this game after those couple epic sequences of fights we've seen with them. We got some action happening between the teleporter. We see Montague or DJ's ghost getting popped in and out of this. Venomous goes to look. It's like a split second before the nuke hits. And I think had his dagger out so he could take it instantly just in case. I'd say Madhouse looking like they have a pretty good spot here positionally. Hog's going to have to push right up into it. Ponyboy's going to just face check without even knowing they're there. Huge damage out on the brawl. So Hog's starting this fight at a disadvantage. Already at a disadvantage because of positioning. So Madhouse is going to capitalize, push into the storm. Wada looks for the quick res on Ponyboy. Probably not going to be worth it though, as Ponyboy is just going to get instantly taken out again. Literally nowhere to go though. Wada doing his best to make something happen with that Chival, but going to be coming down right into the top of main characters. Madhouse to the north, Moonlit Battlegrounds over to the left there, literally nowhere to go. And Fabled been slowly working their way up from the bottom left this whole game, bro. From Cold Fang till now, they've just been kind of moseying up on the left, killing anything in their way, farming anything in their way. They're looking absolutely terrifying if we look at their kind of powers here. So, probably one of the scariest teams to be looking out for as we come down to this final circle. Everyone's getting pretty juiced, though. We've seen a couple Icarus glides around. I think Dylan has one. I think, oh, TLD got knocked out. So I think Dylan took this from Lemur, whoever was able to take out the last door. And we see BDE over here with 2 players left, 20 seconds on the crown. Ton looking to hold that. ledge while his boy rides the time. Maybe is going to run out of time as we see Moonlit getting pushed by Madhouse. Venomous is going to run right into Clap. Is he going to get the knock? Venomous, huge knock, bringing back DJ. So big turn of events. Moonlit Battlegrounds off the back of a Venomous crown play. Veno gets out there, bro. Okay, he is going to get taken out. His boys trying to back him up. We have big split for Moonlit here. One down to the south here. We see Jaguar is going to get picked, isolated down there as well. DJ trying to recover his team as best they can, going for that res on Venomous. They really need that shiv back up if they're going to do anything. Bush, though, making monster amount of damage and pressure on that myth, making it so hard. Madhouse sees this opportunity. They see them go up. Huge push by Madhouse into the side of Moonlit Battlegrounds. Instant squad wipe. Moonlit Battlegrounds not ready for it, fighting this other front on the left. Unaware, gonna get caught by the instant push of Madhouse. Madhouse feeling good this game. High ground circle advantage, really gonna try to capitalize on this positioning. They know these guys are duking it out down here. Look at these items for Madhouse, guys. This is Madhouse's game to win. 3 golds, they get 1 on main characters here. They don't want to become the middle, so they recognize this. They're gonna pull back. Looks like we had a hook that's gonna get reversed out of there. So they do get a pick, so they get 1 on Afro. So they've gotten 1 down from main characters, 1 down from Fabled now. So it looks like main characters is going to get the res through. So 4 back for them. Fabled now the ones at disadvantage with Afro down, still riding these monster powers. So they basically have a double rewind. I don't think either of them have used that yet. So going to have to basically play this fight perfectly and wait for these other teams to interact. Dunmere is able to snag that crown on the edge of the storm. Dunmere, huge blink, gets the kill. 50 seconds left in the crown. Monster plays by Fable. 30 seconds left. Can they get 1 more knock to come through here? But just 2 players left. So Madhouse see the violence. They come in from that position on the north, take advantage of both these teams that are already down, duking it out. Madhouse having an absolutely monster showing in game 5. 2 evolved armors, but Fable not out. Get the crazy res. I didn't even see what happened there. Fabled never out of it. I thought it was over. They're all back in. Huge nade coming through there by Satatoro, though. They're right back to almost dead. Fable right on the edge here, still alive somehow. Afro going for Ham. Ham rewinds the surge and they get the dub there, bro. Dude, I thought it was over. I thought Fabled was out. Something happened and all of Fabled got back in. I don't know if I missed the crown timer or what, but all of a sudden it was instantly a 4v4 again. And that could have easily, I thought it was Madhouse's, but that could have easily got reversed right there. But what really turned it back around, I think, we saw a massive ghost grenade on that clump of 3 from Fabled come out from Satatoro and just blasted them all to the left. They get the pick on the 4th to the north. Huge damage coming out from spraying into that nade as well. So I think, you know, huge play by Fable to almost bring that all the way back around, but a kind of monster reverse play by Madhouse, especially that grenade coming through for Satatoro, just doing monster amount of damage, and the rest of Madhouse following up. This team, you know, doing a really good job, like kind of another one of these teams that has been scaling. Like I've been watching these guys. They're a newer team to Scrims, newer as in like, you know, a month or 2 ago, like December-ish, November-ish new, but they've been scaling. Like I've seen Dreammaker making monster plays in the Kingpin, been seeing Sot doing some monster stuff. Kogi, I don't know if it's Kogi or Cool Guy. I'm gonna just stick with Cool Guy. Cool Guy, also just a staple on the Oath, doing monster amount of work to kind of support his team and keep his team alive on that Oath. And then I've actually been seeing Ham go turbo on the Brawl in like solo queue, you know, kind of as well. So, you know, pretty scary team to see there. Really cool to see them come away with a dub here in game 5. Friday night scrim. So we got like a pretty, like honestly, like a pretty even split on the victories here. Wait, no, they had a victory as well. So we actually have, dude, my memory. We have 2 for Madhouse. We have 2 for Fabled. And we have 1 for Moonlit. Yeah, I think. Dude, I can't remember 5 games ago, man. I think that's how it's gone. So coming into game 6, our final game of the night of the scrim block here. It's looking like our storm shift for this one is going to be glider engine. So we've seen the kind of like top most commons, and we had like cross country, we had soulbound, and we see Jang is actually setting these up. Yeah, so we see glider engines is actually set. They're kind of cycling through, I think, some of like the top played or like most common storm shifts, like one of each a bit for practice and scrims here. But this should be, I think this is 6, so this should be last game of the block. But we've been seeing some awesome end games, and it's been interesting. It's been like a little bit of like earlier, like slower starts because of Resurgence, right? Like these teams have like figured out a bit like how to play around Resurgence. But we're also seeing like almost like more violence late game. And if we do see violence early game, it's like over those soul bosses that give that crazy level 5, right? Sorry, I don't have any of my stream stuff up, but I think I heard level someone, 5, right? Whoever hit me with a follow, I love you. Appreciate you. See if I can pull it up here. I don't have my stream shit up. Stream manager. Numbers 1612. Welcome, homie. Thank you for the follow. Yo, there he is. Numbers. What's up? All right, hitting game 6 here, baby. We got single armor stop. All 4 are going to be in hollows here. So we're probably going to see, I love this, dude. Fabled constantly out early, bro. Our first team on the map almost every single game. And you can see it, like they play this strategy very well. When they get to the circle where the other teams are, they have scaled. They are farming the absolute crap out of wherever they land, but wherever they land, it's happening instantly. They are out on the breach way before everyone else. And again, just like last game, very strong start in Cold Fang. If Cold Fang is on the first part of the trajectory of that flight path, a very good place to drop first, especially now that the global shop is in play. You're going to get all that early gold, and especially if you're the only team there, you're going to be able to instant farm it with no fighting. So we're going to see Fabled very quickly picking up that exotic power from the global shop, probably first before everyone else. I'm sorry for panning away from that fight because I clicked. Did not mean to do that. It looks like Hogs do come away with a couple picks there. Unseen Jaguar going to be kiting to the north while the rest of the homies go south. And a little bit split here. Looks like Venom is still looking to kind of mess with these 3 players on FPS. They are going to want it, though. They see Veno is completely alone. It's a little easy to be, you know, brave when you got this resurgence timer. Veno knows he's going to be right back in it. Yeah, see, he's just looking to maybe make something cool happen. Going to just get, you know, auto-rezzed by the team. Not a huge deal. We do have a fight going down in Academy. Dude, why does it pull me back like that? Bro!
Enemy supply drop incoming.
I don't know why it, like, auto-pans me. This, like, it, like, auto-pulls me to certain teams sometimes when I click other teams. I don't understand. But it looks like this was just breaking up as I came up here. Oh, Zekken, oh, maybe this is where it was pulling me. Zekken's way separated here from the rest of the main characters, and he's actually going to get this fire, going to give his team the ability to recall way down here to him. And as long as they can do that before TLD kind of comes up here, they're going to be just fine. I wonder if these guys are going to be looking... Okay, they're trying to rush this vault. Yep, I was about to say Madhouse probably going to look to contest this, but are they going to be able to get there in time? Main character is going to be looking for a recall. They are going to get found out, though, and they did come away with those golds. So Madhouse sees it, going to look to run down both of them right here. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Like, steal those golds for themselves. I got to maybe breathe more while I'm casting so I don't hiccup. I think hiccup is like lack of breath overall, something like that, or you're like breathing too fast for, I don't know. I keep getting like hiccups though. Maybe it's the Red Bull. I don't know. I feel like I was getting them before the Red Bull though. We've only had a couple sips. So TLD looking to just go ahead and continue working this Kaiju Vault, even though main characters was right here. Main characters did get that recall, but TLD is going to just go ahead and nuke that fire, say, get out of here, guys. Eliminate the vision, eliminate the recall, take the vault. All kinds of juice in here. Abyssal Eye for Lemur, bungee shot, grappling hook, sandwall, bungee shot for Phenom, scary powers on the Kingpin there. Potential action between Rift, Hogs, and Built Different entirely. Looks like it's maybe going to get split up a bit. I love seeing these guys on the Bebo. We've seen quite a few different Bebos here. I think our one true Bebo main is Cowboy Bebo over here on BDE, but we've seen some other players mixing it in. We see Paria this game rocking the Bebo. We've seen Pensato doing a couple cool things on the Bebo throughout the day. So I really like seeing the new Hunter getting like woven into the action here. He's like such an interesting kit. There's so much weird like RNG going on, and we've seen it a couple times. Look at that bomb, bro. He almost because you can fully charge the bomb and it lasts forever. He knocks the bomb over here, waits, knocks it again, blows it up right on the edge of Jang. Almost just one shots this myth out of the fog. And the range you can kind of get on the bat hitting the bomb is pretty far. You can launch it like kind of turbo, and it literally lasts forever. Like it lasts until you detonate it. It's not like a void bomb where there's like a timer and it'll go off at a certain point. So you can literally like that, throw it out, and keep playing around the positioning until you like it. So we saw that Bebo throw it out, let it charge, hit it, didn't like it, kept it, ran up to it, hit it again, then blew it up on the myth and almost got it to come through. Hogs looking to advantage on TLD here. I don't think TLD knew they were there. Big damage coming out from Wadle on the entry onto Abador. Are they going to be able to finish up? Ponyboy, dude, why does it switch me off, bro? Just auto pans me off of the fights sometimes. It's so triggering. So, sorry. So Hogs do get the, I lost my caster front for a second there. So Hogs do get pretty good fight, and I think they did get the pick on Ponyboy, or sorry, they did get the Ponyboy got the kill right as I was getting panned away there. Pretty good look, like pretty good item evolutions, delicate on Wadle, frog jump on Ponyboy, two-way tunnel, sandwall, fan. So Hog's looking pretty strong. Oh, big bump there from Jack Lecken on the Jewel, looking to stack some people up, surge through, but main characters almost always having armor. It seems like these guys always have at least a couple of the gold armors. We almost always see Aiden with a big armor, it seems like. And really trying to position around that gunner. I think improving is literally the only Hudson we've seen in any of these games so far. If I can remember, I might be messing that up, but I don't think another person is playing Hudson. And improving, who's a Jewel main, absolutely cracked on the Jewel. Is maybe, you know, experimenting with some stuff here in Scrims, trying to find maybe a bit of a different comp to play around. They're going to run right into TLD. We see improving, looking for that ult angle on Phenom. Phenom knows it, and he peels out just in time. It is going to be in time, it looks like, for Paz to get away. Aiden looking maybe, but they're going to run right into Hogs. Hogs looking scary again this game with their Shrapnel Soul. Combined with this nice power start that they got. So the last time they had a sort of advantage, we saw an unfortunate two-way teleport into the storm, the edge of the storm. So hopefully we see them kind of control that momentum a little better this game. I would love to see Hogs come through with a victory here. One of the funnest teams to watch. As far as like their combat and how many fights they take and all the situations they get themselves into. But there's some really good players, and it's really fun to like watch their shenanigans. We see a really interesting like split fight happening here. There's knocks happening elsewhere on the map, but it's about to be a monster fight for Nutty as FPS forced directly into them with open arms. They're just going to get all these kind of free kills as Fable pushes the rest of FPS up into Nutty. So both these teams kind of benefiting from that. Fabled is going to get some power from it, but I think Nutty got the most. And we see, I keep seeing just kills happening across the map, but Venomous does get the crown. Oh! Looking to make the magic happen on the Shiv. Almost got enough damage out on that Bebo. Dagger rewinds it back. Is going to wings out over the abyss, trying to bait the spike. Can he get it on Clap here? Has Clap kind of isolated in the 1v1. honestly playing this really well. Veno is not a ton you can do there, yeah, in the 1v4, but trying to make the magic happen with the crown. They will get eliminated. That was, you know, one of our winners from one of the games in that squad, Moonlit Battlegrounds. We mentioned them a couple times, but basically experienced players, but newer to playing together, like newer to that team. DJ being the kind of main one that I've seen on that team before. So good performance for them on the day. They were able to get a dub, but they are knocked out 9th here in the final game. Speaking of placement, Phenom in the continuous Kingpin Bushfall. Just kind of waiting it out here. Looks like just him and Paz left for TLD. Paz doing the same exact thing up here on the Oath. Really awkward positions for these guys. And I don't know if Phenom saw Neff, but we got two independent bush holders on separate bushes right next to each other. And Rift's buddy is here going for that repair. Pretty bold move. Oh, I guess he's got time. Oath is just the G. Can even self-res himself if he goes down in here. And it looks like they are. Oh! Dude, big shot there from Kaio. Almost gets the snipe. I don't know. How did Phenom get over there? He must have, like, warped over. Some warped Phenom over. Looks like Paz got taken out as well. So TLD out very early in Game 6 as well. Eliminated at 8 there. We're seeing all kinds of, yeah, kind of interesting action happening here. Squads getting knocked out early. A little bit off of, like, you know, mistakes, but a lot of them just, like, split. Teams being split from some previous encounters we didn't see coming in on the last couple remaining and not able to make it happen and get that res for their team. Just one down on Rift now. Scarb being the only one out. They looks like they are going to maybe have time to work their way up, position for a res. The rest of these guys, as this final circle is closing in, are looking to establish positioning. We see Fabled kind of starting to hold this left side, getting fire down. We see another fire down up here as well from, I'm not sure whose that is. Oh, that's Hog's fire that no one has taken yet, apparently. Hog's up here coming in from the north, continuing to look strong, kind of on the same stuff they've had when we looked at them before. They've upgraded their powers even a little bit more from before, but everyone's had a bit of time to catch up now. So we look at Madhouse. Madhouse looking decent, like I'd say fairly average. Only greens though, so a bit of power disadvantage or armor disadvantage. They're gonna run right into Nutty though. Nutty very good at like kind of coming in from nowhere, positioning on these teams that are, you know, maybe not aware of where they're going to be, but Nutty plays positioning very well, and they've had some really strong looks and some really good fights over the course of the day today. What is this? Oh, that's just a bug. I was like, what is this 69% boss moving around? Unless it's still live and I can't see it because of Fog of War. I think it is still live. Can I not see into Fog of War, Spectator? I can. It's weird. It must be a map bug. It's like moving around. All right, we got BDE running into Hogs. Whoa, some Bebo action. Carries, dude. Carries Wadle into the storm. Almost takes him out, but Wadle able to answer back, but not going to be enough as BDE returns the call there. Punches Weedle in the wall, finishes him. Now Hog on the back foot. Ponyboy looking to maybe sneak a cheeky res, but not going to be able to get it through. Jackalackin in a rough spot here as well. So is going to probably get taken out in the sands. There is Ponyboy going to be the last hope for Hogs here. Is going to get the crown. Hogs having a hard time finishing out some of these, like, they keep getting caught between in like a bad situation before they have a good kind of like 4v4 team fight. They're always in some form of shenanigans, and then they kind of get like caught and picked, it feels like. But they are going to get taken out there at 6. Again, I love watching Hogs, like really cool performance for them. Always action around where they're at, always getting into shenanigans. And did have some pretty good looks today. So GG's Hogs out at 6 for game 6. Coming down to 5 squads left. If we look at the map here, it's kind of like, it's pretty interesting. We're right in the middle of the sandworm. So we're going to get constant, if you're running in any of this muck, you're going to get constant sandworms like padding through. We see Fable getting big damage out on BDE as BDE is sort of forced in the middle of Madhouse. and Fabled they're going to kite south. This is the problem as the circle shrinks with more than a few squads left, is if you're peeling out of another fight, the odds that you're running into another stack of 4 the other direction is like very high. And so we see BDE almost run right into Nutty there. Instead, they're going to find the bush while Nutty gets into a crazy fight with main characters. Nutty is going to be able to peel to the left, but main characters do get a pick off of that. So now main characters, true to their name, trying to, you know, kind of protagonist this game, looking very strong actually with the Shrapnel Soul, having like really good repeat back to front team fights. The Oath, the Gunner, the Zeph, kind of holding the line while Zekken just sprays on that Ghost. Really like the team comp here for main characters, and it's made even scarier by this Shrapnel Soul. And right as I say that, Fabled gets another squad elim onto BDE. So BDE kind of in a rough position for a while there, being kind of crunched in the middle of 2 teams. We saw them hiding in the bush at the bottom. They are eventually going to get pushed out, taken out there at 5th. Right as that's happening, though, Nutty in a really rough spot in between teams. Krillo doing some Bebo madness, pulling everyone, then Teep. What in the world just happened, bro? I don't know what Krillo just did. It was cool. Some Bebo cart teleport action. I don't know where they went after the teleport. It's not going to be enough, though, as Shama Ghost just barely alive, not able to survive there. So Nutty eliminated at 4th in game 6. Just so much violence happening. We had like 3 squads elims in like the last 30 seconds, and it's coming down to our final 3 here, and the violence is not stopping. Dylan looking to grab that crown for main characters. Actually just the final player left on main characters with Aiden going down now, trying to make a miracle crown play happen on the Zeph. It has to be over Abyss. Can't end up pulling it out, though. Monster hook from Dreammaker for the initiate, but Dunmere kind of counters with an ult of his own, almost pulls Dunmere into really good positioning for that ult. Fable sees the advantage. Afro with a monster play in with a jewel is going to get counter deleted, so Madhouse, excellent recovery there. And this is, Fabled is going in like one at a time. First it was Afro and the jewel, then it was Dunmere. Dunmere actually making a huge amount of chaos as his team follows up with a storm grenade, though, so they do actually trade numbers there. But if Madhouse gets this res, it's going to be all for nothing. Monster R&B from Bush on the myth there, pushes them completely off that res. Zakawi monster all the Zeph, dude. Huge finish there for Fabled, proving why they're going to be one of the top teams in North America this year, taking their 3rd victory on the day. Even with a substitute, not having their 4th player in Wicca, they continue to scale, take 3 out of 6 games, close out the final game 6 here in Friday Night Scrims. Fabled get the W SUPERVIVE. Boom. That was it. Dude, I can't do it. That was fun. GG's. Thanks everyone for tuning in and watching. I'm gonna just basically, it's gonna be mostly like Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, but whenever I am available, and these guys are scrimming like most nights, so basically whenever I'm available and these guys are scrimming, I'm gonna be trying to cover it with scrim coverage. And we're normally gonna be live on Mad Magical's Twitch, but if for some reason Mad Magical's not here, I'm gonna be just live on my Twitch, so it's live somewhere. And then I'll be taking this VOD and like uploading it on my YouTube channel if anyone wants to like see the full replay or check it out. And I'll be like linking to all these players like socials in the comments of that. So if you're looking to, you know, follow any of these players, a lot of them are streaming and, you know, starting their own content creation. So yeah, thank you so much for coming out. Numbers, appreciate you hanging out and following, bro. Hope you have a good one. Yeah, thanks again, everyone. Take care of yourselves. Have fun out there on the new patch. And we'll see you next time. Peace.